My name is Mark and welcome to my channel. Join me all year round, come rain or shine, and together we will be fishing for pleasure. This week, carp fishing on the float. It doesn't get any more exciting than that. Good morning troops, welcome back to the channel. Another day, another lake, and today we're going to be early morning session. Don't know how long it's going to last. I'm going to be float fishing for carp, not your normal buzzers and all that. Thought I'd try something a bit different, a bit more fun, a bit more enjoyable for a day session. I'm not out, the lake doesn't hold monsters, you know, they're top end of low 20s, so I thought it's an intimate small lake. I thought, why not different approach? And these tactics I'm using today you can convert to a big water if you're stalking in the margins, etc., or you've got some features. I'm going to be float fishing for carp, as I said. I'm not going to fish towards any snags. I'm not out to damage any fish or harm any fish. It's nothing like that. It's just a pure winkle some fish out on well balanced quality gear, land them safely, return them safely. That's all it's about. You see, I'm not doing anything, I'm not going undergunned, I'm not fishing with a float rod and £6 line or anything like that. I'll show you the setup. As I say, I'm only float fishing, so I've got a 1.5 pound test curve all-rounder corum rod, Daiwa reel loaded with soft steel camo, so there's plenty, you know, there's plenty of beef there for anything that's going to be in here. Float, can you see that? Peacock quill. And the only way we're fishing it is not very deep, only 2.5 foot, so I'm slightly over depth. I have a drilled bullet down to a buffer bead and a swivel, and my hook length material today, where I use the hook link. I'm going to go direct through on a few of them, but going old school with the old supernova. And for a bit more subtle, I'm going to be using this is Gardner, and it's a nice little green monotype hook length. It's really good. Called Hydroflex. I use it a lot for tench fishing, so I'm going to give it a little go first off. That's what the first hook link is, and we'll see how it goes. I'm going to put a little bit of ground bait out. I've got a nice oily ground bait with some pellet and flaked maize in there, so I'm going to put that out around that hook bait and see how we do. And first off, I've got a mini boilie. I'm going to be going on to corn, meat, paste, quite a few different baits, bread flake. I'll also be changing the method, or changing the hook link as well. I'll be fishing directly through with baits directly on the hook, but if I'm just here, just getting set up, so I thought a little boosted mini boilie, get that out, see what's around, and then I can make up some rigs for different baits, and I can also decide what I'm going to do when I fish direct through, because, you know, you can't, on waters like this, you can't ignore a big bit of bread flake or a bit of luncheon meat or 3 or 4 grains of corn. So we're going to plug along. I'm going to get this out and then we'll see what we can catch. You always got to be watching that water, and it quickly became apparent the carp weren't having it on the deck, and out the corner of my right eye, where that overhanging tree is, the sheltered bay, and the carp are patrolling in there on the surface. and they were up for it. You could see they were looking for food and they were hunting for food. So a quick change of tactics. Got rid of the weight, got rid of the swivel, got rid of the hook link, straight through to a size 10 wide gate barbless hook. And all I was going to use was bread and the weight of the float to get amongst them. Would the switch pay off? There we go. Float fish carp. We'll keep it away from the snags. Ooh. Hit and hold. Ooh. He's going for it. He's going for it. Not often a plan comes together. Oh, they do. I do know what I'm doing sometimes. So we saw them mooching around in the margins. So I offered them a bit of float fish bread flake. Bit of float fish bread flake. And it's a nice £9, 7 ounces. Let's get it back. Let's see if we can catch some more. That is float fishing for carp. Very exciting. Let's get him back. Woohoo! We're off and running. I was going to leave the swim to rest, but I could see a ghosty mooching about, and I thought, it hasn't been disturbed. Let's cast a bait at it. There it is on the bottom of your screen, right in the centre, moving off to the right. He's mooching around. Oh, here he comes, he's going to take it, he's going to take it. And we're away, fish on, fish on! Well, what a time that plan came together. Woohoo! Ghosty. It's the ghosty. We targeted it and we've got it. That's float fishing magic for you. Love it when a plan comes together. That ghosty circled round, well, it's not pure ghosty, but it circled round a couple of times, took some freebies, and then I nailed it. £11.13. Again, hit and hold. There's a lot of snags down there, so it was a hit and hold job. Here's a ghosty. Here we go. On the float. That's float fishing magic for you. It's very exciting. They love the different angle the bait goes in the water. That was on bread again. Cracker. Let's get her back. 11:14, 9.5, both from the same spot, both the same method. Again, I'm going to leave it an hour, let it calm down. You know, it's a hit and hold. There's a snag to your left, there's a overhanging tree in front here. Even though I'm casting into that little, just that little sheltered bay, right in the margins. As soon as they take it, you've got to be on it, you know what I mean? You know, so it's as I say, I've got balance gear. I have no issue with holding two low double, well, one low double, one just under 10 pounds. No issues at all landing them or controlling them or stopping them going where they shouldn't. So everything's good. I'm quite happy to fish like I am in that little sheltered bay where I've got my beady eyes on it all the time. A lot of it's spring, there's a lot of wildfowl out there. I don't want to be casting bread out into the lake. You know, I mean, you take your eye off it for a second, it could be game over for the poor old ducks or whatever. Coots, with baby ducks, baby coots, everything on here. So, you know, sometimes you've got to be mindful of your environment, and today's the day. I'm not going to risk anything, but it's been great fun. Let's crack on and see if we can catch something else, because we've had nothing on the bottom. So I'm going to flick that back out there as a bottom bait now, wait for a little while. So if I've had nothing within an hour, I should go back into that bay and try third time lucky. It clearly can't take that, so I'm going to have to put a smaller piece on. Little one, little bit of mouth damage. That's why it couldn't take the bread. But it never gave up, and it got there in the end. All right, calm down. He persevered, so did we, and we got another one. That's float fishing magic. I keep saying float fishing magic because it really is exciting stuff. Don't always have to sit behind the buzzers, and there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not knocking it. But sometimes it's got a bit of fin damage and all. Just checking it over to make sure there's no actual fresh damage, which there isn't, otherwise I would treat it. There he is, little warrior. Let's get him back. Another one falling through to the old bread. They really are. The rod will give me a lot of problems, but I managed to flick one out. Ooh. On top of its nose, lovely common. Another one on the float. Beautiful little common on bread. Let's get it back. I was lucky to get that common in. The line's looped around the spool. Couldn't wind in, couldn't let any line out. So that was a real hit and hold. That's why it took me so long to land it properly. I couldn't shorten any line. So there's more line in the water than I needed to land the fish. So we got there in the end. Very, very lucky. Unbeknownst to me, it was about this time that I had a couple of camera malfunctions. Wouldn't you know it? I caught 14 fish throughout the day, but I lost footage of 6 of them, plus a trophy shot of a big common coming up. I put that down to a senior moment, not pressing record at the time of filming, but it wasn't. It was a camera malfunction and I lost a lot of footage. That's another one. Lovely little. Little stocky, hard fighting. Let's get him back. Come on. The big common you just see me catch, doing my trophy shot and everything. I forgot to press record on the camera. Unbelievable. £17 on the nose. I saw it coming into the bay, hunting for food, placed the bait on its nose, offered it a few freebies first, it took them readily, placed the bait on its nose, it wolfed it down. Lovely fight you saw there, landed, returned safely, and I forgot to film the trophy shot. Oh well. We've had some nice fish today. I remember that big common, it was capped it off. A mirror, really lovely colours, nowhere near as big as the common I just had, but I saw them both there, and yeah, I've had them both. So that's got lovely reds in its tail. That's a lovely looking fish, that really is. Well, I think on that note we'll end the video. I think I've just had another 2 out of that swim. There's going to be spooked everything now. So I spotted the big common, spotted that mirror, had them both, which I'm really pleased with. And I think that's probably that swim done now. Plus the breeze is picking up a bit now, so I won't be able to present that bread as well as I have been all day. So brilliant stuff. That's float fishing magic. All the ones from that swim have been corkers. It really has. Real pleasure to be fishing here today. Once again, thanks for watching. Really do appreciate it. I really do appreciate all the comments and views and subscriptions. Hit that notification bell and then you'll be notified. Don't cost you nothing, you'll be notified when the next video comes out.